About a month or two ago, my friend sent me a screenshot of a picture that was going through 5 symptoms and signs of DNA activation. So it was really cool seeing this list because when I first saw it, when she showed it to me, she was like, "Hey, have you experienced any of these?" And I was like, "Yeah, all 5 of them." And then she wasn't surprised, but it was really nice seeing a list compiled of things that I've already experienced. The only difference was I didn't know what was going on, and hopefully this video clarifies that for you. So I'm gonna run through them, and hopefully, through my experience I share with you, maybe you can see where you've experienced some of these things, maybe you haven't, you got some things to come. So quickly explaining how the DNA activation happens. And this was on the picture if you do happen to go find it on Instagram or something like that. It was pretty much that the Milky Way is sending light pulses throughout the cosmos. And you have to remember that light is energy. When it makes it to our solar system, if you will, we get it mainly from the sun. We can also get it like directly from the cosmos if your crown chakra is very open. But then also like the more simplistic way to explain this, because me explaining is kind of hard. I get it. I get how to apply it, but how to actually explain it is a little difficult for me. But pretty much the sun is our source of information, right? If the sun went out, we would have quote quote no information, but also no heat, no light, no natural sources of this anyway. So that's why it's very important for people to go outside to get time with nature, because even if you're just going out there and going for a leisurely walk, you're still getting that information that's going directly into your skin, being absorbed by your eyes, your hair, all the above. So that's why it's also very important for people when they sunbathe and sun gaze. The quick thing about sun gazing is make sure that if it burns you, don't do it. Okay, like your body's not ready for it yet. Like I'm not going to be responsible for saying, "Hey, go sun gazing. You get more information," because I have some videos about it. But it never burned my eyes. There's also something about being melanated, especially with people with like dark brown eyes, brown skin. That's just what makes us brown and black. Shocker, shocker. But it helps us absorb more sunlight. We don't necessarily need like the sunblock and stuff because literally melanin naturally absorbs it. And it also absorbs the light rays from more than just the 10% that we can see, more than just a visible light spectrum. It can also absorb more stuff. But everyone is supposed to get sunlight, and if you can handle it, sun gaze. All right. So let's get into this list. So some of these things I went through my entire life, and some only unfolded when I got really spiritual. Okay. So number one is the ear ringing. So my entire life, this was not normal for me. Like I was just like, if your ears are ringing, you probably got tinnitus. Okay. But as my vibrations started rising, as I started awakening, it's like you can almost hear your vibration. But another way that I became very conscious of this was working with these crystals. This is like the Celestine, I believe, and just the clear quartz, right? And this is like the combination I use for lucid dreaming, and just put them under your pillow, and that's all you really need to do, And when I started using those, like I noticed that every time I laid down, ears ringing every time, and when I would get up to go about my day, it disappeared, and then I'd come back, ears ringing, like a cause and effect. But nowadays, my ears were just always like ringing in the background. It's not distracting. It's just something that I'm conscious of now. So that was pretty nifty to like start to see on this list. The next one is full body chills. Now this is one that I've been experiencing my entire life. Like the best way I can describe it is just imagine like you're someone's telling you about something, you get like really excited, like, oh, I have chills just thinking about it, like in a good way though, nothing scary. And it's just like a quick little jolt up your spine. Like for me, it's just like, whoo, and then that's it. And I'm like, okay, something's going on. Because what's going on is that cosmic light and then the solar light that's coming into us, that information that's coming to us is being interpreted by our nervous system. When it gets interpreted, it sends the message out throughout our body. And that's pretty much like what that chill is, right? So that one was really cool because I've been experiencing that my entire life. And things are starting to make sense. The next one is the feeling of interconnectedness. So interconnectedness is pretty much that. This one came easy to me when I started learning about manifestation, because there is a universal law called the law of one, pretty much saying that we are all part of the big consciousness. We're all, and depending on what words you want to put here, we're all just a piece of God experiencing himself through other people and all that type of stuff. That's the ideology I subscribe to. Like, we are all just one, you, me, her, him, they, all the above. We're all the same being. We're just all split up into living our own different experiences, which I find it to be pretty cool. Some people make that correlation and they get kind of like, they kind of get to that what's the point moment. But for me, I find that to be fun. So that was pretty cool. But also, you start to understand, especially through manifestation, and this is just part of my natural journey, where when you start to manifest, it's pretty much like in the book The Alchemist, that the universe will always conspire to get you what you want. It's like, don't you go out there and get what you want? So wouldn't it make sense that if you were everyone, that everything, especially more so unconsciously, but everything goes into action to get you wherever it is that you're trying to manifest. Anything that you're trying to bring into your life, it will happen based off of cosmic forces or the people around you. That's pretty much it. And abiding by the law of one is pretty much like an outpicturing of everything that's going on in you. There's certain aspects of yourself that you don't really like. There's certain aspects of yourself that you want to get away from. There's certain aspects of yourself that you feel need to be better or improved, right? There's people right outside of you that are the same things. There's people that you don't like. There's people you think that can do better. There's people that you need to get away from. It's the same thing. Everything that's in the microcosm will be present in the macrocosm. It's pretty much that simple. The next one is, once again, another thing that I learned specifically through learning about manifestation, the law of attraction, which is transcending linear time. And this one's kind of hard to explain, but pretty much the way I rationalize it is when I go to the future, when I'm trying to manifest something, so okay, I'm putting myself in the future. I'm here, I'm doing this, I'm talking to this person, I'm there, right? And that's me like literally skipping ahead into the future. But then also you can go into the past either for revision of past events for manifestation now, like to make your life better now. You go fix something in the past, or you go look at the past events to do shadow work. And you are literally abiding. You're literally in the past. You are seeing, well, when you made that big mistake. You're seeing when so-and-so dumped you. You're seeing when you saw this and that and it was traumatic. You literally, like, you're there. When your mind is on something, you are in the past. And when you become conscious of this, you know that you're moving back and forth in time. Another interesting, I don't want to call it a theory, but just a way of thinking. And I know it's pretty much the same thing, but when you break it down like that, it sounds a little different to me. But the way of thinking is like the cross, like on the Bible. It's pretty much saying like the horizontal is the linear time that we subscribe to in the third dimensional world. We live in a linear time: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. But you can rise above it. That's what the vertical is for. You can rise above it to the godly consciousness and project in any direction, and then when you come back down, it'll filter. So like pretty much you shoot it out into the sky above you, you go in linear, and then like it arches and meets. You see what I'm saying? So it's like the up and down is just a 2D representation of how to create your life. So that's the way I rationalize, like, getting out of or transcending linear time. All right, I hope that made sense, but I can explain that if you need be. And the last one that was on this list is the desire for high vibration foods. So pretty much you stop wanting to eat, the candies. You start to slow down with the junk food. I can definitely say I've definitely been on this. Like right now, it's like, well, not right now, for probably the rest of my life, I'm vegan. But like, I'm not a strict vegan. Like if I find out like there's a cupcake and they use eggs and milk and stuff in it, I'm not gonna go try to throw it up in the toilet or something. Like, I just, oh, okay, well, I'll just fast the next couple of days. But there's some people, like, you'll see it, like they're eating the worst foods and they keep wondering why they can't lose weight, or they can't say, or they're always in a bad mood. They're always wondering why their eyes are, dry, their skin is dry because they're eating too much sugar and salt. But when you become a high vibration, you need mind, body, and soul to be in sync. So if your DNA is starting to be activated and starting to operate at a new function, it needs a different type of fuel. This is why I don't judge what people are eating. What they're eating is pretty much determining what spiritual level they are. Now, of course, there's spiritual people that still eat meat. That's fine. I don't care. There's some people that can body meat in the magical world that still eat meat, but it works for them, And that's why we need to stop we need to stop caring so much about what other people and stop trying to force our opinions on people. Whatever people want to eat, that's what they want to eat. It's just up to us to provide the information. Hey, look, you might want to try this. If you want your skin to clear up, you're going to need to do blah, blah, blah. You don't want to do it? Say less. That's how I live my life. But right now, I can honestly say that in the last couple of weeks, my vibration has just felt like it's just bubbling up, like some big explosion's about to happen. And for the past couple of weeks, I've literally only been eating fruit, like fruit and nuts. Like I kind of like subscribe to the Dr. Sebi alkaline diet to an extent. Basically everything I have right now is like part of the diet. Mad simple though, like apples, bananas, mangoes, has some papayas. And like right now, it's like, as you can see, like I'm addicted to walnuts and that's all I got left. And I know I'm eating way more of those than I should, but this is just what my body is craving now. I used to crave Oreos and Skittles. Now I crave apples, oranges, avocados and stuff. I'm not sure if avocados are on the list, but I read somewhere else that they're a very high vibration food. So that's definitely important for you to try out. Go do your own research. My last note on this, there was a book. It's by Magenta Pixie. The name escapes me at the moment, but pretty much she was talking about how it's all a progression, like where it's like meat and regular food, like meat, fruits and vegetables, a typical diet that we were probably raised on, is like lower on this lower, and then it's like junk foods and all that crap. It's like pretty much toxins. But if you're eating like a healthy meat, fruit, vegetable diet, like it's okay. Then it moves up to vegetarian, vegan, raw vegan, fruitarian, and then like breatharian, stuff like that. It's like liquid diet and then breatharian and stuff like that. Breatharian would be cool, but you need pure air, and our world is screwed right now. So that ain't gonna work for me, and plus I still like food. But anyway, enough talking about food. That was the 5 things that I found to be pretty cool and that were signs of DNA activation. So let me know if you've experienced any of these. Let me know if you have had different types of experiences with them. And, and if you haven't, you're going to eventually, especially if you're watching my videos, like attracts like. So you're on the way to the next one.